And so I want to tell you a quick story about a guy, and his name was Ronald Wayne. And Ronald Wayne, nobody know who he is right now, but he had one of the largest and biggest opportunities of a lifetime that he had in his hands, that he was a partner of, that he had 10% share of the company. And he was the one who created the logo. He was the one who formulated the documents, the articles of organization, writ up all of the documents, added them into the system. And well, at the time he submitted the documents to the state and the government that they was in to have legal structured business. And he owned 10% of this company. Now, Robert Wayne at the time had to use some of his credibility for the company to come up, start from the ground and started moving, because at the time the company wasn't known. I mean, the idea they had was advanced. It was before its time. People couldn't understand it. People wasn't going to understand it. People were still with things that had no clue of how this would even ever be possible. And so at this time he had to invest some very important things like his time and his money and his name into this company. And 10 days after starting the company, creating the logo, submitting the submitting the articles of organization, submitting the legal structures to the government and the state that they was in, and getting the all of the documents in order. 10 days after, he sold his 10% share for $800. A couple of years later, they met back with him, or a year later, I think, met back with him, and they offered to give him back his 10% share, right? For $100,000, no upfront money, but we're gonna give it back to you. He said, nah, I'm good. I don't know all this that's gonna happen, and I don't know, what y'all gonna do. I don't know if this gonna even work. I don't know. I'm not sure. And he sold the remaining of his 10% was $1,500. And he said, just give me my $1,500. And so they gave him his $1,500, $2,300 in totality of his 10% share in one of the most biggest, probably still number one stock companies in the world that you and I know today as Apple. Steve offered to give him back his position because they said you obviously made a mistake. You don't know. But you got to remember, this was back in the late 70s, early 80s. It's after Bill Gates came out with his company, Microsoft. And here it go. Ronald Wayne said, all right, I'm going to help you young guys start this company. I'm going to get 10%. And as he went on, he started realizing, I got too much invested. I don't know if this going to work. People not sure. People didn't understand the digital world in the 80s. It was only Atari. It was only still landline phones. Well, in the early 80s, you started coming out with cordless phones, and a little bit of digital world that started integrating all over the world, right? And they was talking about creating a digital platform that had digital products. And at the time, Ronald looked at Steve and said, man, you guys are crazy. I can't do this. And he sold his whole position, 10% in Apple, for $2,300. And the signature of the paper he sold in the 90s for $500 that went in auction a couple of years later for $1.3 million. Now you tell me whether or not this was some smart business moves that this guy done. Now, granted, I don't judge him. I'm just saying the actual judgment steps that he made on what he had in his hand. And I'm telling y'all this because he didn't know everything. He didn't know nothing about the digital world, but he was the guy that helped promote the company. He was putting his name on the company. He was putting his credit up, and he drew the Apple logo that he created. And these two young guys was totally crazy. They was going to shake up the world. They went to Bill Gates, and they told Bill Gates, one day we're going to take a computer and we're going to put it on the phone. Bill Gates said, oh, you guys are crazy. He didn't even believe it. So Steve took it to the next level and created Apple, one of the most unique and lucrative #1 stock companies in the world today. We know as Apple, Macintosh back then. And I'm telling you that we have the same thing here. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. I just know that it don't exist. I know one thing that don't exist: real estate tokenized. That don't exist. What do I mean? I'm talking about taking the ownership of a luxury apartment building, hotel room in Dubai, the most lucrative country in the world right now. That is just crazy, and taking it and wrapping it up, the ownership of it, and cryptography, and passing it along on the blockchain. And you telling me that I got opportunity to be a part of something like that? I don't care how they do it. I don't care to know what they gonna do. I just know that if they talking about doing something like that, I'm gonna be a part of it. And so the reality is that that's what JOne offers us today. That ability to take advantage of tokenized real estate. And on top of all that, I will show you some information today that probably will blow your mind. Again, I don't know it all, and I don't care to know it all. I just know that I need to take it all that's offered with me. And the reality is, Ronald Wayne, right now today, it's in Vegas, live in Vegas. Now, he said this, a statement when they asked him, what was you thinking about? He said, man, I was $1 short and a day late. And I'm just telling you, I don't want that to be your story, because I'll put you right on the slide next to him. I'm just playing. I won't do that. So let's talk.
You ain't playing.
Let's talk about this G999. I mean, this J1 building and this G999 as well. I will share the screen and walk through some content with just the J1 bonus, and I really want y'all to pay attention. Don't worry about all of it. You might not understand all of it. Just make up in your mind whether or not you want to be a part of it or not, because all of it ain't laid all out. Just like Apple wasn't back in the 80s. It wasn't laid out. Nobody knew back in the 80s that iPhone 1, the iPhone 10, the X was going to come out. Nobody knew that. All we know now is that everybody on the computer, on their phone. And that's what matters now, is that we have an opportunity to be a part of some real estate, tokenized, wrapped up in cryptography, passed on the blockchain. And this real estate is not just any real estate. This ain't hood real estate. No, this is Dubai real estate, the #1 country of tourists, and I would say rich. When I say rich, I ain't talking about just money. I'm talking about rich in a lot of different things. And you have that opportunity to be a part of something that big. I wouldn't pass this by for nothing. Money won't stop me from passing this by, because I can make more money, but you won't, baby. Look, Robert Wayne can't go back. Ronald Wayne can't go back to back in the 80s when Steve pulled him in to help build this company called Macintosh that later turned into Apple. Nah, he can't go back and say, man, because his position would be worth about, I forgot, some 800 billion, some crazy number. And I'm just telling you, I don't want your story to be your position that you sit right here on the Zoom and you heard the same content, and because you couldn't understand it, because you couldn't see it all, because you couldn't put all the pieces together in your mind, and you didn't know, and you say, nah, that ain't for me. Now, granted, you can. It doesn't make me no difference what you do, but I want to make sure that I give you at least everything I know and all that I can show that I know about this project. So With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And so if you go to your dashboard on your GS Partners page, you have this page up right here. And it's June, the month of magic. And I would just talk about this page quickly and briefly, and we'll talk about it, and I'll go into some details. So here it is. Time to take advantage of the magic month and place yourself first in the participation of GS World Incentive and J1 Bonus. Now, some of you say, but what is GS World Incentives? It's a part of a huge opportunity where you're gonna own ownerships of companies digitally, and it's all gonna be another opportunity for you to take advantage of it. Now, granted, you got to know everything before you do it, and if you do, cool, that's perfect. It ain't all of it ain't out yet. Everything ain't in play. You will hear about it more in the future. But if you want to take advantage of what's here now, because that's what this say. Participate in JOne First Movers Advantage. And because this is the month of June, this is the month that you can take advantage of it. Now, this is a head start for anyone that want to be in front of the GS World Incentive and the J1 Bonus. Again, this is a head start. Think about it like this. We all gonna race. And somebody say, well, no, the people that get to the line first get to go 10 feet in front of everybody else. What would you do? You will run to get there first so you can be ahead of everybody at least 10 feet. That's what this is. That's what this is. Let me tell you what else this is. This is the opportunity where if you was going to buy something that was one in a lifetime, and they say, well, anybody that want to buy this unique or special thing, you have first movers advantage. If you get here, if you do this, you will have no problem doing it if it was Jordans for your kids. I remember those days, right? I say that only for me. So here you go. Let's talk about it. So this is a QR code that's attached to the USD ERC20 deposit address, which is here. That's attached only to your account. So this is a cryptocurrency, USDT Tether is the name of it. It's called USDT. It's considered to be a stable coin. A stable coin simply means that the coin, the cryptocurrency don't go under 3% or over 3%. Now there's some exceptions, but normally stable coins stay anywhere around that 99 cent, $1, 101. That's it. Maybe 3% less, maybe 3% more. There is a couple of exceptions where when a little over $1.07 and under like $1.91, but them are exceptions. All right. Stable coins stay at one price. Okay. So you get the deposit, some stable cryptocurrency called USDT Tether. And when you deposit that here, this is what will happen. Depending on how much, if you deposit 1,000, you will receive 1 GS World USD. So you're going to get the same amount of USDT in the USDT GS World. So you will have the same amount of money in the GS World. Remember what the GS World is. The GS World is a world where you're going to own countries, and every time someone that's in that country physically swipe their GS lifestyle card, every time someone in that country will purchase a brand advantage membership or with exchange for G999, if you own the country as the president or the vice president or secretary, treasurer, or owner of that country, you will gain a percentage off of everything that goes on in that country. I'm in the U.S. right now. Let's say somebody in Jamaica own the U.S. or the president of the U.S. And while they're president, every time I exchange for G999, a percentage of that money goes to to the president that lives in Jamaica. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So you can literally own a country and be the president of a country and gain passive residual income, physical passive residual income. Well, let me say digital, that you can turn into physical. You can go and it be deposited into your wallet where you can swipe it, just like you would swipe that GS Lifestyle card anywhere in the world. Okay, so every USDT you deposit, you will get USDT in GS World. Okay, everybody understand that? Perfect. Listen at this, because here go another incentive. Somebody say one more. No, say some more incentives. Yep, that's what it is. More incentives. You will receive a J1 token voucher, for each $9.29 USD deposit. So if I get $9.29 in USD deposit, I'll get $9.29 in GS World USD, and also I'll get one J1 token. Now, J1 token voucher is representation of square footage of the hotel / luxury apartment in Dubai that you will now own you will own a portion of the space, and depending on how many J1 token vouchers you own will determine how much space you own. Okay, I'm not going to go in details on that, because I think all I really need to know is that if the J1 token give me space, I'll work out the details. Now, some of you, so watch this, because I'm going to get dollar for dollar in GS World. I'm also going to get a J1 token voucher for every $9.29 that I deposit. All that's extra. All of that is extra to me. But watch this, because there's more. J1 bonus. Get an extra, excuse me, get an extra 4% on top of, get an extra 4% J1 token voucher in December for the entire USD amount deposit this month. Are y'all hearing me closely? Let me share it one more time. It's a J1 bonus on top of what I said earlier, dollar for dollar of USDT and GS World. You're going to get one J1 token voucher for $9.29. And then you're going to get extra 4% of J1 token vouchers in December for the entire USD amount deposit this month. Let me let that sink in. This month. What is this month?
June.
This is the month of June. So you telling me you're going to give me dollar for dollar USDT, I'll get the same USD dollar for dollar in GS World. I'll get a J1 token voucher every $9.29 that represent a certain space of the luxury / hotel apartments in Dubai. And on top of all that, you're going to give me an extra 4% in J1 token vouchers in December for the entire amount that I deposit in this month. Of course, I'm going to do that. That makes too much sense to me. Okay. Phenomenal, right? That's all extra, you guys. All extra. Here we go. Another bonus. It's a burn and earn bonus. So it says this. Now, to be eligible, it's not here no more because I deposited already, so it's not showing up. You have to deposit at least 4,000 USDT. Okay? And when you deposit that USDT, again, you're getting dollar for dollar in GS World, the world that when you become the president, you're going to earn passive residual income every time someone swipe. If you own the U.S., anybody in the U.S. that swipe that card, that purchase a BAM or PAM, a Premier package, or exchange for G999, you will get also a percentage off of everything that happens in that country. If you're president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, citizen, whatever, you're going to get percentages off of that. Okay? Watch this, though. Burn and earn bonus on top of everything I talked about. already. You can get one J1 token for every $9.29, and then you'll get additional 4% of J1 token vouchers in December for the total amount deposited, USD deposited inside of this month, June. And then on top of that, you're going to give me burn and earn bonus that if I burn 250,000 G999 at the current market rate of 250,000 USD, 8 cents. So you're going to give me $20,000 in USDT valued in GS World. Oh my goodness. So watch this. You have to deposit at least 4,000 USDT into this month. And then you're going to gain. Here it go. If you burn 250,000 G999s at the rate of 8 cents, they're going to give you 20,000 USD valued in GS World. So now if I deposit, if I deposit $4,000, I get to burn 250,000 coins valued at 8 cents. Now watch this, y'all, because y'all don't understand this. Valued at 8 cents. And so they're going to give me $20,000. Now, I hope y'all understand this. Why in the good old God's good heaven are you going to give me 250,000 coins valued at 8 cents and you're going to give me a $20,000 if the coin not going to go to 8 cents? Why would you do that? Because it's just the indication. Maybe you'll connect the dots. I don't know. Just think about it. You're going to give me the coins at 8 cents a piece. When I burn, you're going to give me 20,000 in US value, and the coin's not 8 cents yet. Because, yeah, I'll let you think about that. That makes too much sense, right? Here you go. When I do this, when I do what? When I burn the earn, when I burn that 250,000 coins valued at 8 cents, they're going to give me $20,000 in USD valued in GS World. So now I got 20,000 plus the 4,000. I got 24,000 USDT inside of GS World. Now I got the ability to be president of any country in the world, vice president, anything, and earn every time a swipe go on, every time a purchase is bought, every time I exchange for G999, I'll take that. Every time they buy artwork, purchase gold, purchase music, every time somebody checks a text message encrypted, you mean to tell me every time someone benefit from white labeling, from open source, for using our gold merchant services? Every time. So watch this, because I don't think y'all understand. Because I'm going to do all that, they said, watch this. Crypto Steve, you're going to get 2% extra on top of the 4% bonus and J1 token vouchers if you burn at least 250. My goodness. You telling me I'm going to get 2% on top of the 4% and all of the money I burned in J1 token. Now I own more of the real estate because I own more I own more of the space, that whether it's square footage, inches, whatever, I'm going to own more. I'm going to do this anyway, you guys. I want to be a part of the J1 token voucher anyway. You mean to tell me when I do all this, I'm getting extra? Of course I'm going to do it. They're going to give me 6% of everything I do now. So I'm getting everything I just shared plus 6% extra. I'm just saying, and what I mean by 6%, I'm saying 4% in the J1 bonus and then 2% because I burnt the 250,000. So that means I am going to gain 6% on top of every $9.29 of USD deposit with J1 token voucher and GS World USD dollar for dollar. I'm already in. You ain't got to tell me what I'm gonna do. So this is about 5,442 USDT deposit, and you can see here I gained 580 5.74 J1 tokens. And as you can see here, I got the same value that I deposit in the GS world. So now I'm in GS world, the digital world, with money already. Not only do I have the GS world, but I got the hotel. I got a portion of the hotel. And when I burn, I'm gonna burn 250,000, and that's gonna go up as well. That's right. That's what I'm gonna do. And so, with that being said, I want y'all to know that a disclaimer: all the deposits are automatically exchangeable in the current GS World promotion. Your USD will be in GS World where you can exchange it for promotion. All of the J1 token vouchers are redeemable starting with the 1st of July in our partners platform. The redemption is subject to KYC approval. In case KYCs is rejected, you can transfer your vouchers to any other member. The above program is not a token sale. You are participating in the first GS World and Burn incentive. You are participating in the first. It's not a token sale, you guys. It's not a token sale. You are participating in the first GS World and Burn incentive. You have it. You have the details.